Hi, this is Diane. So in this video, I'm gonna show you how you can edit the Siam Opt-in page. And so once you've installed this template, you can go inside the page editor, and this is what you will see first. So before I go into details, I'd like to tell you the structure or the components of the page editor. On your left side, there are two tabs. One is the sections and one is the settings. First thing that you would like to do is go to settings, go to style guide, and then edit the colors like your primary colors, the button colors. And if you want to have a rounded button here or not, and then you can also use the native font styles in Kajabi. But if you have your own brand font, you can let me know and then I'll help you install it. And then as well for the font colors for your headings and body, especially for the form. Form color is this one, the secondary and the placeholder. And then you also need to adjust the desktop font to your liking. And the size in desktop may be good in desktop, but not in mobile. So you make sure that you adjust or decrease the font size in mobile. Once you're done with that, I also would like to show you the custom code. Like the buttons are coded natively. When you hover, it just lightens the button, but I do have this effect. If you don't like that, that's fine. You can remove the button design starting from the top until you reach this one. And then from here, if say you have a different brand color, you can change the button color to something else, like say yellow, and that would automatically change. Oh, actually, yeah. So, and then if you going back, if you feel that the font color is too light, like white and yellow, you can change the button to color to something else, like a darker shade, and just hit save, and you'll be able to see the changes. Now, when you hover, there's this black color, and you can do that if you go through again the settings. Sorry, I was too fast. Go back to settings, go to custom code, and then this is a form button, and you can do that when you see the form button. So this is the hover color, and this is where you change the actual text. So, for example, when I hover it, the font text changes to white, and I'm gonna change that to something dark. And then if I want to change the background color when I hover, I can change this hex color to something else right there. And then if you wish to add like a button like this one will be for the button at the top. So the difference is that this one is in form and this one is just the button. It's the same process. Like if you want to change the color when you hover, you can just change this color here. There's a little note here, and you can also change the color here, also for the button. And then you will also notice that there's this thin line here. This is your guide. When you can remove that if you feel that it's distracting you, by going to settings, design tools, and then uncheck this one. So there you are. It's cleaner. And so once you're okay with the settings, then you go to sections. Usually for an opt-in page, you'd like to hide your header section. which is in both for desktop and in mobile. Now, all these sections down here are also the sections that you see in the right display. Inside the section, let's try this one, the hero form. This is the hero form. There's a thin gold line here. If you want to remove that, that's okay. And you can just simply hover and click these three dots next to the section title and then click hide. Now for the hero form, for example, this one, if you click a section, you will see the blocks. The blocks would be the form block, the image block, the text block, or maybe a feature block. So those are the components of a section. You can add more section if you click add content. Say you want to add a countdown timer. You can do that. You just have to select create an event, set the date and time, and then the time zone. And then once you're okay with that, then it will populate here and that will show right here. So to remove a block, you can either hover and click that block, scroll down to the bottom, and then delete this block. Otherwise, you can just click these three dots again and then select delete. Now, when you first load the opt-in page, you will see that there's nothing in here. So what you have to do is click the form, and from the top, you see the form field and the drop down. Select your form, um, and then that would automatically populate here. If you haven't created a form, you can simply click the edit your forms in a new tab so you don't navigate away from the page editor. And from here, you can click on new form, name it like test form, hit save. Once that's been done, you can just choose whether you want double opt-in or single opt-in and then hit save. Once you have completed creating a new form for your own opt-in, you can go back to your page editor, go back to the form, and then from here, you'll be able to select the new form. Let me see if I have saved that. All right, let's try again. Maybe I have to save. And then maybe I need to refresh. All right, so going back to the form, there you are. And then um for this purchase, it comes with a thank you page. The next thing that you would like to do is select your thank you page. You can select, click this field and then select go to a landing page. Once you have installed that, it will auto populate here. Like this is the CM opt-in confirmation page. So once you're okay with that, then hit save. And then next, if you want to edit this blocks, there are two ways. Either you go to the the section on your left, go to the form block, and then edit from this side here. Or you can click this, and then the left panel will show you where you can edit that. Now, for any blocks that have a text, for example, the form block or the text block here, there are two ways for you to edit this text. First, you can just simply edit this. This is a new feature of Kajabi where you can directly edit the text in the right display. Um, and that would auto-populate here as well. Otherwise, you can type in here and that would automatically display here. If you feel that you need a bigger screen, you can click on this full screen icon and then type from here. So either you edit your text here or you edit your text here. When you highlight a text, say you want to delete this part, and this is the new text. When you highlight this, you can change whether you want it in H2, H3, or H5. So ideally, this should be in H1 to help your SEO. And then changing the colors is also easy. You can just highlight a word or a phrase, and then from here, the text color, and you can change whatever color you want. And you have all the basic tools here. This one also have all the basic tools. Now, if you want to edit the image block here, same thing. You can go to the section, or you can just click the actual image block, and that would be able to display on your left panel where you can edit and upload a new one. So when you have your own mockup, you can choose upload a new file, whether it's saved in your Google Drive or Dropbox, or from your device like a laptop or um, a desktop. So we know now how to edit the text and upload the a new image. Now, let me talk about the other settings inside your section. So when you scroll down here, you'll be able to see the background, the desktop and mobile layout, and the time reveal. Time reveal is usually used if you want to hide a certain block upon page load, and then you can set how many seconds it will appear upon page load. So for the background, if you want to change the background image here, you can first select the image and then upload a new one. Ideally, you can follow the suggested dimension, which is 280 by 1200. And then down here, you'll be able to see the background color. Since I'm using this kind of vibe, this kind of color, then I'm choosing my own hex color and then just reduce it. Because if, say, if you are using this kind of peach color and then you're using a totally different color shade and then choose green, that could be a different vibe on your end. So my advice to you, my pro tip is to use the same shade if you want to have an overlay. Now, if you don't feel like having a background, you can just select none, and then the background color could be your brand color, like so. And then the desktop layout, you will see that there's a padding here. Let me change that back. All right. So this is the desk section padding. It means that this is the top padding here and the bottom padding here, left and right. I'm gonna, by default, it's at 100 padding. If I put in 150, you'll see the difference. If you put in 10, that would be too tight. So it's up to you whether you want to put in 40 or if you want to have a bigger padding here. Just make sure that the form is above the fold, meaning to say before they scroll, they can actually see the button for them to use. And then this one here, you will not be able to see the difference. Let me delete that quickly so you can see. So I'm back in the section, go to desktop layout. This is in center. If I go to left, this would be aligned to the left. Usually this is used when you have a background image that has something in here. So it's kind of balance the actual layout. And then I'll talk more about the mobile layout later on. So if you want to edit the, say, this one here, same thing, you can click on benefits, you can click on headline, and that would show you where you can edit that. Or most effective way and easier is just find whatever you want to edit, click on it, and the left panel will show you where you can edit that. So another thing here is that at the top, you will see that I'm in desktop. This is the tablet or iPad in horizontal, vertical, and then mobile. This is used when checking the optimization of your page in all devices. When you are inside the page editor, this may not be accurate. So I would advise you to always preview it or use your actual mobile to see how it looks on your end. And then um let's move to the second section. This is called the feature section. The feature section has an image and it has a call to action button here. So I didn't enable that, but it's up to you if you want to enable something. You can change this image by selecting this drop down and then upload it. Upload a new one from your device. You can make this smaller. If you go to the block settings, you'll find the image style here. Right now, I'm in 3 column width and I'm changing it to 400. If you change that to 150, that will be a lot smaller. Usually for smaller images, this would be icons. If you prefer to have an icon, you can definitely make it smaller, like so. And then want to show you as well. So a while ago, I have discussed the desktop layout, the section desktop layout with the padding. I'm going to show you again so you can recall. Say 150, that makes it taller. Now, for the block, there's padding setting as well, both for desktop and mobile. Now, if I click this feature and then go to desktop layout, you'll notice that there's an inside and outside padding. The difference is that let me find. All right, let's choose this one. The inside padding. Let's do the background color first. I'm gonna choose a color first so you can see, and then go back to desktop layout. Notice that this image is in the edge already. So the inside padding creates a space between the actual element inside the block and have a space here. While the outside padding, see how tall this space here? If I make it like 200, that would increase the height and not this will not be affected. So the inside padding would be the inside of the actual block, while the outside padding would be the outside part of a block. If you have also noticed that the design is keep on changing, you will see the undo and redo button here. So in some hotkeys, it would be Control Z. Some would be like Command Z, I believe. So you can do that and make sure you always save what you have completed. Now, this icon here, I found it in Canva. You can definitely change it. And this is just an image without any text in it. So this image here can be changed, same procedure, and it can be changed in width. So currently that's 150. If you wanted to make it bigger, you can change it to something else. Oh, it doesn't make it doesn't this icon doesn't didn't become bigger because my column is just 200. So even if I do 350, 500, it will not change unless I change it to a bigger column that will be changed to 350. 800 will occupy the actual edge here, but we don't want to do that. The column here represent the, say, this is a perfect example. This one here is using 3 columns. This one here is in 3 columns, and this one here is in 3 columns. In a row, you can only have 12. say this first feature, I change it to 4, that's still okay. But if I change it to 5, the that's still okay because 5, 3, and 3 is 11. So if, say, I change this to 4, that's fine as well. That would go down here because that will be more than 12 columns already. Um, so I'm gonna put it back to 3. I'm gonna show you something. If you should have now noticed that I don't really go in this one to go through the blocks. I just click hover and click whatever block I want to edit, and then the left panel will show me where I can edit that. Now, if you have noticed there's a big gap here, you can adjust that in the actual settings. So I'm gonna go ahead and click back, or I can just simply click whatever space here for the section, like so, and that would change the left panel. And then down here, the desktop layout. A while ago, I have shown you the difference for the left, and now this is in space around. If I choose center, that would crop to the center. If I go to space between, that would be too much space here. So just choosing space around, or you can choose center. And then if this is too tight for you, what I usually do is click this block and then change it to 4. And then I can just adjust the image as needed. You will also notice that all these lines or blocks are not aligned. It's because I have there's an outside padding here. Like here, there's a 50. And if I click this, go to desktop, this is the regular formatting. And then this one on the right has 80. So if I change that to negative 150, that would increase, that would move up. And then, so on this section, let me talk more about the tagging here. This would be from top to bottom. This will be from top and then from left to right to the bottom. I have renamed them so you can see how it looks like. I'm going to go back to the settings, design tools, so I can show you something. And without me going to or clicking the back, I'll just click whatever part here. So I'll be back to the section. So you can see the spacer here. This is the spacer, and this is the icon here. And then this is the headline. And then these are the 3 features. And then lastly, the icon here. If you will notice that there's D and M, it means that this icon here is only visible for desktop. And so M means mobile. It is only visible for mobile. Later on, I'll discuss this. But inside the both section and the mobile, you'll be able to set whether you want to display in desktop and mobile, or just want to display the section or block for desktop or for mobile. So that's the huge feature for the Encore theme. Before, the Premier theme doesn't have this feature, so it's good that Kajabi has updated the theme. You can edit that. Say I can just scroll down to the block settings, and then I want to hide this in mobile. There's an option here. So for example, this text block doesn't have M or D, meaning to say this block is visible for desktop and mobile. And if I scroll down to the block settings, I want to hide this in desktop for some reason. And then I'm just going to take this hide block, and that would be hid. But in mobile, if I click this little icon here, it will still be displayed. All right. So next is this section. You'll notice that there's a background here. I have a different tutorial on how you can create this background here, and you can upload your own branding. Or if you don't feel like this round shape, you can click this section, go to background, click this image media type to none, and then you can change it to something else. Just make sure that if you're doing that, you also adjust the color of your headlines to something like that. So I'm just gonna do click undo, and then right here, oh, right here, this one, the shape here and the shape here, these are coded. When you upload a new file here, say an image, not an icon, it's in square or whatever shape you have, but it will automatically shape like this. That goes the same with this one. If I click this image block, it's in rectangle, but it's doing that kind of shape. You can definitely edit that if you go back to the main panel, go to settings, go to custom code. And I'm just gonna expand this. We've talked about the button design. Now at the top, you will see that this is the image radius of the benefit section. This is the image, first image. This is the second image right here. And then this is the third image right here. So this one, you can change this numbers here. I'm going to leave some notes here. This would be the top left, top right, bottom left. So from the left, top right, bottom left. So I'm going to show you if I change 6 to something else like 100, and then this 100, and then I'll make that 0, and then hit save. That would change to something like that. Or if you don't want to have um, the shape like that and you're using an icon, you can just simply delete this line code here from the opening first image block node until the closing bracket or braces. Same goes with this one. If you scroll down a bit, you'll see the image about image block here. So this is in 15 radius, and you can change that to something else like 0. Want to change that to 80, I guess, and then 80. And that will be changed here. All right, for the testimonial section, if I go here, first thing that you want to do is edit or tick the edit mode. So you can see all the things here. Now, what I do is edit the first block. Either I go here or I click on the actual testimonial slide. If you have a headshot, you can definitely do that. And if you scroll down a bit, you'll see the image style here. Let's make it this to 150 so you can see. So that's how big it is. Usually for icons, it's a lot smaller. And then if I want to change this, say I don't want to have uppercase, and I'm just changing this to like so, then change it to say heading 4, I want to italize it, or this one, and I can do that. Maybe I want to change the color, and I can do that as well. Now, once you're happy with that, what I usually do is delete the second block, which is not yet edited, and then just simply clone it so that it copies everything. And so from here, it can just I can just edit the text and edit the name here, John Smith, and then just simply delete this. So I don't have to go through all the settings again. So that's one pro tip. And then once you're done, please make sure you uncheck this and hit save. See what you have come up with. Now here at the very last section, you can click this section. And then again, for the section settings, go to background. You'll be able to use this image or upload your own brand image. Just so you know, in a section, you can use a background video. Just make sure you have at least a good resolution so it's not blurry or pixelated. If you are using a video background, you have to select video from the media type. Now, if this is if this one is in video, make sure you also have a background image, because if someone views your page in their mobile, and their mobile is set to battery saver, then the background will not play, and definitely you need to have a background image here. And remember, at the top we have selected the form here. So at the very bottom, you have to select your form here as well. If you feel that this one is not good, if you scroll down here, you can change this to something like that. This is in inline, and the one at the top is not an inline. All right, so that's for the desktop. Now let me talk about the mobile. A while ago, I have discussed a bit that if you see D, it means that it's only visible for desktop, and if you see M, it's only visible for mobile. If you will check the sections here, you don't see anything like D or M, except for this section here. Because I do this so that it may look good on desktop, but not in mobile. So for example, I'm going to click this again. And then this one here, I'm going to select unhide that icon that is only visible for desktop, and I'm gonna hide this for now. So remember that, let me repeat that. Remember, in your desktop, this one is this kind of big, the 200 pixel. If I go to mobile, that may feel like too much. So if I change this to 80, or not 80, but 120, I guess, and then go back to desktop, that will be affected. So in order to have a different design for mobile, for desktop, because it looks good on desktop, but it's not looking good on mobile, um, I have created a mobile version only for that specific icon. So that even if I adjust this to 100, even smaller, this icon here will not be changed. Let me change back to, can't remember, it was 300 or 250, I guess. That would not be affected if I change it, because this one here is at 100. Another thing for mobile, you see, when someone accesses your page, it always goes from top to bottom, left to right. You will notice this one here. If I click this and go to mobile layout, I have take this image on top. So if I go to mobile, this will be on top. But if not, this one here, if this is viewed on mobile, it will come right here. Because whatever is on the left will come first on mobile at the top. I hope that makes sense. But if I move this image, just click and drag it, this one, since this is on the left, this will come first at the top when viewed on mobile. But what I've learned is that you always have the text first before the actual image. So let me know if that's helpful. So going back to the mobile, so we have here, I'm gonna click this image right here and then click on mobile and then this one. Usually, if I have an image block and I have set it to 5 columns, I also adjust the image width to 500 because say if this is in 500 and then I only set it to 200, that will be a little smaller. But if I set it to 600 or even let's just maximize it to 700, it will not go more than whatever you have set in the code. So when you edit any blocks or section that doesn't say M or D, say this one, the feature block. Let me change this to new word. If I change that on desktop and if I preview it on mobile, it will automatically be displayed because this feature doesn't have D or M. So whatever I make change here, it will display both for desktop and in mobile. So remember that when you make edits on your mobile, make it a practice to always view it on your cell phone, save and then preview it because this may not be 100% accurate. And then at the very bottom, remember to upload your new your logo, your copyright, and your social media here. Now, in some cases, if you have newly created your Kajabi account, my pro tip is go first to your settings and then to site details, fill in all this information here, especially your logo here and your color palette. Once you've uploaded the logo here and your favicon and all these colors here, when you install the page or the template, that will automatically be displayed. So right now I have uploaded the logo here. When you upload this, when you have your updated logo here, this will appear. So you might want to go to, sorry, I was too fast on that. Either you click the footer section from the right display, or you can just go to the section panel and click on footer. And then here, add the content, select your logo. Once you've selected that logo, let me move that logo block at the top and then delete this one. And you have already updated your logo here and hit save. Added a new logo block, not using the logo template. This will automatically be changed. All right, so that's it. If you have any questions or if you feel overwhelmed editing the page, let me know and then I'll be happy to assist you. I do have another link on how you can update the background image if you feel that the crystals is not on brand and the color of it. And then this one as well. Then on that Canva YouTube tutorial, I'll show you how you can update this color here and this image here. All right. So thank you so much for your time and so happy editing. Bye bye.